put it on a active speaker. You'll just see me. And then you can take some padding, either a blanket, if you have one at home, or you can use blocks. Underneath your seat here, we're going to shrug the shoulders, bring them up by the ears, and just draw your shoulder blades onto your back. Start to settle in. So closing the eyes, soften the face. Notice if you're tensing up your jaw. Notice if you're holding on to tension through the shoulders. Just take a couple deep conscious breaths to just arrive. And start off here, just kind of doing a little scan, starting at the top of your head. Notice if you're furrowing your brow. And down to the eye socket. Relaxing tension through the face. Releasing the jaw, maybe allowing the jaw to drop open. Making your way down to your neck. Notice that the shoulders are coming up by the ears. In fact, draw the shoulders up all the way by the ears. You can even bend the elbows here and make fists. And then let everything go. And just try that 2 more times. So sometimes it helps to actually go in the opposite direction and tense up. And then let that go. 1 more time like that. Just kind of, you can even ball your face up, scrunch it up. And then let it go. And then from there, start to deepen your breath. Finding that sense of growing tall on your inhale. Letting the crown of the head lengthen up toward the ceiling. As you exhale, find that sense of just sinking down and settling in a bit more. Starting to allow the breath to expand. So as you inhale, expanding across the chest and the belly. As you exhale, slowly, just allowing for the belly to deplete. And then we'll join the palms. Bring your thumbs right to heart center. And then see if you can drag the breastbone up, finding that lift through the thumbs. Take a moment and set an intention here. And then we'll seal that intention with the sound of 3 ohms. So inhaling. Take a breath in. Exhale it fully. Blink open the eyes, releasing the hands here. We'll slide the hands out in front of you. From here, allow the elbows to drop toward the floor. Spread through the fingers. And as you inhale, make like you're pulling the floor toward you. From there, allow your heart to lift. And as you exhale, rounding your spine, tuck your chin to your chest. Make like you're pressing the floor away. As you inhale, the belly will drop. Extend the heart. And as you exhale, rounding your spine, chin to your chest, press into your hands. Do that a couple more times. See if you can start to get your pelvis involved. Letting the pelvis tilt forward. And as you exhale, letting the spine round, letting the pelvis tilt back. 1 more, lengthening through the belly here, standing through the heart. And as you exhale, this time press into the hands, engage your abdominals here, and just let your fingertips kind of drag across your mat. Inhale and sweep the arms all the way up. And as you exhale, take a twist to your right. On an inhale breath, grow a little bit taller here, so crown of the head lengthening toward the ceiling. And as you exhale, start to make your way into that twist. So pull the belly up and in, creating space. And then exhale, twisting into that space. 1 more breath. Twisting out, stay in the twist here. Take that other arm, bring it alongside you, or take a side bend in that other direction. See if you can keep your chest turning up, sideways long. Take a breath here. We'll sweep this hand down, find your other knee. From here, folding over, relax the back of the neck. And on an inhale breath, just sweeping that one arm up underneath, lift the elbows here. As you exhale, round, pull forward. So as you inhale, peeling up, find length through your belly, and then exhale, round and fold over. One more like that. Inhale, lengthening. A little bit of a back bend here. Exhale as you round. This next breath in, we'll reach the arms here. Unwind and take the arms all the way back behind you. Open across your chest into fingertips. And then lift the heart, lift the chest in here. A little bit of a back bend. One more breath. And then rocking back your sitting bones. Go ahead and switch to crossing the legs. So bring that other shin and top. And then from here, walk the hands back out, spreading through the fingers. As you inhale, let the elbows drop from there, lengthen the belly, lift your heart. As you exhale, pressing into the floor, round the spine, let the sitting bones rock back. Inhale the belly, lengthen, dragging the floor towards you. Exhale, round through your spine, chin to your chest, reaching the low back toward that wall behind you. Go through a couple more, letting the pelvis get involved. Letting the pelvis tilt forward and then round and rock the pelvis back. One more like that. Inhale, the belly will lengthen, the heart will lift. Standing across the collarbones as you exhale, round your spine and then start to round up, stacking one vertebrae on top of another, just letting those fingertips drag. Sweep the arms here. And as you exhale, take a twist to your left. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, start to deepen this twist. So finding that length up through the crown of the head, creating space here, creating length. And then twisting into the space that you just created. One more breath here. Ribs wrapping around, the head and neck will follow. And then taking that left arm, bring it alongside the ear. Take a side bend in that other direction. So breathing into that pull of side. Breaking up the lower ribs, one more breath. We'll sweep this hand down, find the knee, fold over. Relax the back of the neck. Inhale, sweep the other arm up underneath. Lift the elbows, Garudasana arms. Exhale, rounding the spine, fold over. So as you peel up, open across the chest, little back bend. Exhale, round and fold over. One more like that. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale as you fold. The next breath in will unwind the arms. Backstroke your arms all the way back behind you. Open across the chest. Bring to a back bend here. Come to fingertips. Lift your heart. And then stay here, peeling the hips away from the floor. One more breath in. Exhale and releasing, coming back down. We'll release the blanket or block and come on to hands and knees from here. Let's take a moment to warm up through the wrists. So spread your fingers and then see if you can make contact down into the floor with your finger pads and knuckle pads. Start to rock back and forth here. So shifting your weight forward and back, just kind of working on bringing weight into all parts of the hand so it doesn't just go straight down into the wrist. And then getting that stretch through the wrists, the forearms. And then we'll come back to the middle, turn the wrists so they face in toward one another, and the same thing, just kind of rocking back and forth. A lot of us have been spending time on the computer or laptop or our phones. We're just giving our wrists some of that attention, and then the next time you shift forward, go ahead and turn the wrists all the way around, and then just come forward and back. You might have smaller range of motion here, but a little deeper stretch into the forearms. Should feel nice. And then from here, spinning the palms back around, start to cat-cow the spine. So inhale, extending the heart, allow the belly to drop. As you exhale, pressing into the hands, roll your tail under, round all the way up. So the heart will extend, from here the belly will drop. And as you exhale, reaching into the hands, press the floor away, and just making your way through cat and cow. Moving with your breath. Once again, the heart will extend. From here, the belly will drop. And as you exhale, press into the floor and just press the floor away here on your next breath in. Let's extend through that right leg. And then as you exhale, think nose to your knee. So pull the belly up and in as you round. Reach and extend, find that length. And then nose to your knee. Pull your belly up and in. Two more like that. Moving with your breath here. Curling the tail under. One more, inhale, extend, and then exhale. Curl your tail under. The next time you re-extend the leg, bring it straight back behind you. This time finding that turnout through the hip joint. We'll aim it toward that right elbow. And then extend back. And reaching toward the right elbow. Finding that turnout, that external rotation through that right hip. Two more like that. And on this last one, go ahead and hold. We'll take the foot all the way forward to the outside of that right hand. Go ahead and walk your hands forward just a bit and start to sink into the hips. Take a moment to settle in. And then from here, we'll lengthen over the front leg, drawing the hips back and rebend. Starting to get into the hips a bit and open up to the shoulders. Moving on your breath. The next time that you rebend that knee, I'm going to take this into a circle clockwise. So shifting the weight into that right hand, bring it all the way back and around, lengthening that leg. You have hands to blocks here as needed. Our hands can be on the floor, or maybe coming to your fingertips. Let's do one more circle all the way out and around, opening up through that hip. And then the next time that you rebound that knee, find a little lift through your belly, bring weight into the hands, and step that foot back. And come onto all fours, readjust the hands. And this time we'll lift the left leg. And then from here, roll your tailbone. So re-extend. And then pull the belly up and in here, nose to your knee. Go do that 2 more times, finding that extension. And lift to the heart. And then the next time you extend the leg straight back behind you, find that external rotation through your hip, and we'll aim it toward that left elbow. And reach it back. I'm just working with your own range here. Let's go through that 2 more times, tapping the left elbow. And then the next time that you come to that elbow hold, find a little lift through the belly, step that foot forward to the outside of the left hand, and then readjust the hands. Start to sink into your hips. So give yourself a moment to settle in. And then when you're ready, lengthening all the way through that leg. So as you rebend, inhaling, heart draws forward, exhale to lengthen. You can bring your hands onto some support if you like, blocks, or if you have books. And then the next time you rebound this knee, this time we'll circle counterclockwise. So just starting to bring some movement into those hips. Should feel nice. Going all the way over to the left and around, lengthening through that leg. Nice. The next time you rebend that knee, find a little lift through your belly, bring weight into your hands, step that foot back to all fours. And from here, tuck the toes under. We'll lift the knees. And just bring your hips up and back. And start to pedal. Nice and easy, bending one knee as you reach and straighten that opposite heel towards your mat. So kind of warming up, getting things moving. And we'll pay some attention to our feet. So this next time that you reach through that left heel, I'm going to roll over the top of the right foot. And then rolling back through the toes, roll over the top of the left foot. And just go back and forth a couple of times. So starting to wake up the feet a bit, getting things moving. And then the next time that you reach through that left heel, roll over the top of the right foot and just take a little circle of the ankle here. You can circle clockwise and then counterclockwise. And then reaching through that heel, roll over the top of the left foot, same thing. Nice and easy. And we'll lengthen both heels toward the mat here. Lift up through the sitting bones, really press into the hands actively, like you're pressing the floor away like we did in the warm-up. And then just lift your heels from here. And from here, keep the hips where they are and think of lengthening the heels toward the mat. Nice and easy. And lift the heels. And then lengthening the heels toward the mat slowly. The next time you lift your heels, find that roundness of the spine. Pull the belly up and in and float all the way forward into a plank. Bring your shoulders directly over top of your wrists. See if you can find that place where the shoulder blades set onto the back here. And then as you exhale, just draw the thighs back. Go through that slowly 2 more times. So heels lift, heeling forward, taking that entire breath in. So come all the way out to plank and then really firm the belly here, reach back for your heels. And then from here, think of the thighs drawing you back. Last one, heeling forward. Lift the heels. This time keep rolling. We're gonna roll over the tops of the feet. And then start to sink the hips, pressing into the hands, and then looking up, coming into a modified upward dog. And then make your way back. We'll inhale the right leg. Bend the knee here, just fan the hip open. And then take a little circle of the ankle, one direction and then the other. Go ahead and lengthen all the way through that leg. Start to square off the hips, downward dog split. We'll bring the nose to the knee as you shift forward. And then re-extend. And then nose to your knee, rounding through that upper back. One more like that. And this one's gonna come all the way forward between the hands. So wiggle your back toes back a bit. You're welcome to grab blocks here. Until that front knee kind of aligns over the ankle, lift your chest, take a breath as you exhale, lengthening all the way through that leg. And then rebend and straighten. Move through that 2 more times. On this last one, we'll lengthen all the way. So opening up the fronts, the hips, and backs, the legs, maybe hopping that back foot in just a bit. And then see if you can drop that left hip a little. And then allow the weight of the head to just release. So working towards leveling the pelvis here. And remember, you can always take the blocks up to a higher height. This feels like a bit much. Take another inhale here. Exhale it out. We'll rebend that knee from here. Coming back into that lunge, step your foot back to meet your left foot and come into plank. And then from here, come forward to tippy toes, lowering the knees. See if you can hug your elbows in and lower all the way onto your belly with control. Once you're here, slide your hands underneath the shoulders, activate the legs, and just peel the chest away. Take a baby cobra, 2 more. Inhale. Little cobra. 1 more like that, resting the forehead. Peel the chest away. And from here, pressing into the hands. And back for all 4. Sink your hips toward your heels. Take a child's pose. And then inch the fingertips out a little further in front, actively press into the hands. Opening up through the shoulders, and then we'll shift back onto all 4s. Tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back, and reach the left leg this time. So bend the knee and just fan your hip open. Take a little circle in one direction, and the other with the ankle. And then realign the hips. And then from here, curling the spine, draw your nose to your knee. So we'll re-extend, so finding length in the belly, and then pull the belly up and in and around your back. 2 more. On this last one, taking that foot all the way forward between the hands. So once you're here, you might need to wiggle those back toes back just a bit. And then either fingertips or blocks here, lift through your chest. And as you exhale, draw the hips back and just lengthen. Nice, rebend that front knee, the heart will draw forward. And then lengthening over that front leg. Moving on your breath, no rush. Take your time here. Opening up the fronts of the hips and the backs of the legs. On this last one, we'll move from a dynamic stretch to a more static stretch. So just hold. Let the weight of the head release. Reach the back foot toward the mat. Soften your face. Maybe softening. Allow you to go a little more deeper into the stretch. Take another breath. And then we'll rebend the front knee. Find that lift through the belly. Release your blocks here, ground down through the palms. And then step that left foot to meet your right, find plank. Take a moment to set up. And then coming forward onto your tippy toes, lower the knees down here. See if you can hug the elbows in and lower all the way onto the belly. Once you're here, activate the legs and just peel the chest away. Take cobra. 2 more like that, head in line with the spine. Peel the chest away, little baby back bend. Last time through. And this time we'll press into the hands, tuck the toes under, and just lift the hips up and back. Coming to downward dog, and starting in that walk all the way up to your head of your mat. Nice and easy, no rush. We'll take a forward fold at the head of the mat. Take a generous bend in the knees, allow the weight of the hips to release. Take a little sway side to side. And then coming to rest in the middle, nod the head, yeah, shake it now. Softening the knees here, we'll make our way up to stand. Pressing down to rise up, keeping the knees soft. And then twinkle the feet together a bit. We're going to come to Tadasana. Lift all 10 toes away from your mat. Spread your toes. See if you can bring them down one at a time. Starting with those pinkies all the way to the big toes. And then once again like that. Lift all 10 toes. Fan your toes out. Keeping the toes spread, make your way all the way down one at a time. And then from here, find that lift through the arches of the feet. Let that lift carry up. Engaging the quads here. Drop the tailbone down and roll your shoulders back. As you inhale, taking the arms all the way up. Exhale, folding forward. Lengthen the belly here. Heart draws forward. We'll take that right leg back and come into a low lunge. And then coming up high onto the fingertips here. Find that lift away from the floor, and we'll step the left foot back to meet your right. Make your way to downward dog. Lift the heels high, glide forward into a plank. Come to tippy toes, lowering the knees down. Lower all the way onto the floor with control. From here, slide the hands in by the shoulders. We'll peel the chest away. And then tucking the toes under, pressing into your hands. Take your thighs up and back to down dog. Taking the right leg back. Carefully bring it all the way forward between the hands. Come back to fingertips here. And as you exhale, step that left foot to meet your right, holding them. Grounding your feet, take the arms up. And releasing the arms down. Tadasana. Inhale, the arms will sweep. Hinging from your hips, hold. Lengthen the belly. Heart draws forward. This time the left leg will step back. Coming into a lunge. Lift the fingertips away from the floor. Find a little more engagement of the legs. And then stepping that right foot back to meet your left. Downward dog. Lift the heels high, glide forward into a plank. Lowering the knees, or this time lower all the way down in one piece. Coming into a larger cobra. And then tuck the toes, press into the hands. Take your thighs up and back, down dog. Raising the left leg this time. Step it all the way forward between the hands, maybe wiggling the back toes back a bit. And then step that right foot to meet your left. Fold over. Ground your feet here, take the arms up. And releasing the arms down. Tadasana. Inhale, arms sweep. Exhale, fold. Lengthening the belly, heart draws forward. See if you can keep those fingertips lifted away from the floor. Soft bend to that left knee, take the right leg back, chest leaning forward. And then find the active engagement through the legs. Regrounding your palms, stepping that left foot back to meet your right. Downward dog. Heels lift, glide forward to plank. Lower the knees, lower down in one piece or tippy toes halfway lower. Rise to cobra up dog. Exhale down, downward dog. We'll inhale the right leg, bend the knee and fan the hip open. And then from here, shift the hips, lengthen the leg, and then nose to your knee. Downward dog split. Nose to your knee. One more like that. This one's going to come all the way forward between the hands. Coming onto fingertips here, rise to high lunge. And then softening the face, settle in. Find that reach and extension up through the arms, even as you sink into your hips a bit. We'll take a breath here. As you exhale, open out to the right, turn the chest. And then this back hand can come down. Take the left arm alongside your ear. Direct your breath into the full left side. One more breath in. From here, go ahead and release the hands all the way down. Go ahead and step that foot back, downward dog split. Release the foot down to meet the other foot. And ride your breath forward to plank. Nice, lowering down, rising into your back bend. Exhale, downward dog. We'll step the right leg forward. Step your left foot to meet your right. Bend your knees from here, sink your hips into chair. And then rise all the way up. Tadasana. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, fold. Lengthen your belly, your heart lifts. See if you can keep the fingertips lifted away from the floor. Keep the heart drawing forward. Softly step the left foot back. And then actively engage the legs here. We'll reground the palms. Stepping that right foot back. Downward dog. Glide forward to plank, lowering the knees. Lowering halfway. Rise to cobra up dog. Making your way back. Down dog. Left leg this time. Bend the knee, fan the hip. And then re-square the hips here, extend the leg. Draw your nose toward your knee. Re-extend. Nose to your knee. One more like that. This is going to come all the way forward between the hands. Keep your back heel spun up, float the arms all the way up. Find that gathering in of the inner thighs. From there, find that lift up through the arms. Relax your jaw here, soften your face. Start to settle into the hips a bit. Take another breath here. And then take an inhale. As you exhale, open up to the left. Take the back hand down the back thigh, reach the right arm. Breathe into that whole right side. Take another breath here. Exhale, we'll take the hands down. From here, free up the left leg. Releasing down to downward dog. Make your way through a vinyasa. And then from here, take a breath, taking the left foot forward. Taking the right foot to meet the left. Bend the knees, sink the hips, reach the arms. Come to chair. Rise all the way up. Tadasana. Inhale, arms sweep. Exhale as you fold. Long spine, we'll step to a plank. Take a moment to set your shoulder blades here onto your back. Come forward to tippy toes, lowering the knees, or chaturanga. Rise to cobra up dog. Make your way back to down dog, deep breaths. Spreading through the fingers, actively pressing into the hands here like you're pressing the floor away. Finding that lift up through the hips. Take another breath in. And then take a breath here. The bottom of the exhale, bend your knees. Look forward to your hands. You can step or maybe hop. Long spine here. Holding forward. Soften your knees a bit, rise. And releasing the arms down. Tadasana. Inhale, taking the arms all the way up. Hinge from your hips or fold. Lengthen the belly and we'll plant the hands. You're welcome to step or maybe jump back. Chaturanga. Rising into up dog. Exhale to downward dog, deep breaths. And then let's all try this. Lift your heels, bend your knees, move your chest back toward your thighs. This will shift some of the weight to the lower body. Maybe this feels better for you, or from here, lengthening the heels toward the floor. One more breath. Bottom of the exhale, bend your knees, look forward to your hands, step or hop, top of your mat. Lengthen the belly, and from here, fold forward. We'll bend the knees, sink the hips, take the arms all the way up alongside the ears chair. Take a breath. Exhale, fold all the way back down over straight legs. Long spine here, planting the hands, stepping or jumping. Chaturanga. Press the floor away. Upward dog, exhale, down dog. Raising the right leg, carefully stepping it forward between the hands. Take the back heel to the mat, float the arms up. Virabhadrasana 1. And just open to 2. Start to settle into the hips. Bending into that front knee. From here, reverse your warrior. As you inhale, take that back hand all the way to the floor. Exhale, chaturanga. Rising into your back bend. Exhale, down dog. When you're ready, left leg this time, stepping it forward between the hands. Take your back heel to the mat, float the arms up. Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale to open up to 2. Start to sink, settling in here. From here, we'll reverse the warrior. Slide the back hand down the back thigh. Inhale your back hand all the way down. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to up dog, press the floor away. Down dog. Deep breath. Take another breath in here. Exhale it out. And then take an inhale at the bottom of this exhale, bend your knees. Look forward to your hands. You can step or hop, top of the mat. Lengthening the belly. Holding forward, bend the knees, sink the hips. Come back to chair. Take a breath. Exhale, fold all the way back down over straight legs. Long spine here, planting the hands. You're welcome to step or jump. Chaturanga. Press the floor way up dog. Making your way back to down dog. Raising the right leg. Come on forward between the hands. We'll ground the back heel. Float the arms all the way up here. Virabhadrasana 1. Open to 2. Start to sink. Nice. Come back to a reverse warrior. Inhale the back hand all the way down. Frame the front foot. Chaturanga. Rise to upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Left leg this time. Taking it forward between the hands. Ground the back heel. Reach the arms. Virabhadrasana 1. Open to 2. Sink. Let's take reverse. And then inhale that back hand all the way down. Find that lift through the belly. Energize the legs. Chaturanga. Press into the floor. Hover the kneecaps and thighs away. Exhale, down dog. Deep breaths. Slowing down your breath for a moment. Easing back through the knees. Take another breath here. And then lifting the heels, bend the knees, look forward to your hands. Stepping or hopping. Take a long spine. From here, folding forward, we'll bend the knees. Sink the hips, sit back to chair. From here, sit back a little deeper. Look down, make sure toes are peering out. We're just reaching toward the heels. You're hinging from the hips, chest aiming forward. Take a breath. Exhale, fold all the way back down over straight legs. Long spine here, planting the hands, stepping or jumping. Chaturanga. Press the floor away, and we'll come back to down dog. On an inhale, raising that right leg, bend the knee and round here. Re-extend. Nose to your knee. Pull the belly up and in and round. One more like that. This one's going to come all the way forward between the hands. Keeping the back hip spun up here, sweep the arms back. We'll find airplane arms. Draw your heart forward. Find that lift through the belly. Really energize the back leg. And then on an inhale, sweep the arms up. Upright the torso here. Settle into the hips. Coming into your high lunge. Nice, allow the face to soften. We'll take a breath here, open back out to the right. And then taking that back hand down the back thigh, reach this left arm alongside here. Breathe into that left side, one more breath. We'll take the back heel down, open it up. Bring into warrior two. Maybe readjusting your stance just a bit. Start to sink into that front knee. And then find that reach and extension out through the arms. Can you be strong but soft? Settle in. Soften the face. Easing into this, we'll flip the front palm. Come back to reverse warrior. And then moving on the breath, bend the elbow, reach through the left arm. Side angle. Reverse. And reach into side angle. And reverse. This time reach into side angle and hold. And then become aware if you're jumping into that right elbow. Can you lift it away from that front thigh? Can you find some support from underneath? And then maybe extend it toward that opposite wall. One more breath here. Exhale it out. Ground down through both legs, rise. Warrior two. This time take your back hand down. Free up that right leg, downward dog split. Stay here at or lower to your down dog. One-legged chaturanga or two. Meeting up with the other foot in upward dog. Coming back to downward dog, left leg this time. Bend the knee around. Re-extend. Draw your nose toward your knee here. Pull your belly up and in. One more. This one's going to come all the way forward between the hands. Keeping this back heel spun up. Sweep the arms back. Find airplane arms. Draw your heart forward. Find that lift of the belly. Energize the back leg. Find this external rotation through your shoulder joints. As you inhale, float the arms all the way up. Sink the tailbone down. Come to high lunge and find that drawing in of the inner thighs. Soften the face. Take a breath. Open back out to the left. Maybe taking a little bend of that back knee. Back hand comes down. Right arm alongside your ear. Breathe into that whole right side. Nice, one more breath. We'll take the back heel down. Open the arms out. Settle in for warrior two. Find that reach and extension out through the arms. Bending into that front knee. And then from here, come back to reverse warrior. We'll move on the breath, inhaling into side angle. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, side angle. Keep your base the same. Just moving through the upper body. Last one. Look at the side angle and hold. Finding that extension from your heel through your fingertips. Notice if you're jumping into this elbow. Can you find that lift and support from underneath? Stay here, reach the arm toward that opposite wall. On your next inhale, ground down to rise up. Warrior two. Take your back hand all the way down. Free up that left leg. Inhale, travel forward into plank. One-legged chaturanga or two, your choice. Meeting up with the other foot in up dog. Exhale back to down dog. Stay in downward dog or take a breather in your child's pose. Sinking the hips toward the heels here, rest the forehead. Deep breath. We'll take another breath in. Exhale the breath. And then taking an inhale here at the bottom of the exhale, bend your knees, look forward to your hands, step or hop. Lengthen the belly. Fold forward, bend the knees here. Sink the hips, take the arms all the way up alongside your ears. Sitting back into Utkatasana, take a breath here. Take the hands together over the heart, bring your chest forward. From here, taking a twist to your right. As you inhale, come back to chair. Exhale, take a twist to your left, take a peek down. Inhale, make sure one knee's not coming forward to the other. Staying low. Inhale to chair. Exhale, twist. One more. We're gonna twist and hold. So you can either put this elbow between the knees or kind of nestle yourself down and bring it all the way to the outside of that right knee. Nice, from here, start to shift your gaze down toward your front big toe. Lift your left heel, pull up and in the belly. Left foot toward that left sitting bone, keep your chest leaning forward. And then that leg will step back. Wiggle the back toes back as needed, press the right palm into the left. Turn the chest, maybe the arms extend. Spin your back heel down. Cartwheel the arms. Open up to warrior two, readjust the stance a bit here. So then as you bend into that front knee, the knee will line over the ankle here. Bring that front thigh more or less parallel to the floor. Settle in. Find that extension out from fingertip to fingertip, reaching through the arms. We'll come back to a reverse warrior from here. And then coming back to warrior two, shift your gaze down toward this front big toe, or all the way into the right foot. When you're ready, left toes leave the earth. Coming into Ardha Chandrasana. Taking that top arm up toward the ceiling, energize the back leg. You're welcome to stay here or maybe bend the knee. Grabbing hold of the top of the foot, roll your chest and shoulder open. Shavasana, one more breath. We'll re-extend the leg if you bent the knee. Re-bend the knee here, nice soft landing, control your descent, warrior two. Nice, come back to reverse. And this time lengthen all the way through the front leg. Reverse triangle. Cutting that right hip under. Take your hand to your shin. Nice, lift the top arm up, Trikonasana. Nice, if it feels like too much from the head and neck to lift the gaze, maybe bringing the gaze straight ahead, or option bring it down toward the front big toe. One more breath here. We'll ground down to rise up. Bring those right toes that are parallel to the left, turning to face the sidewall, lift your chest, and then hinge from your hips forward. We're welcome to grab a hold of blocks here, reaching the crown of the head toward the mat. And just settling in, nice easy breaths. Take another breath in here. Exhaling. And then go ahead and lengthen the belly. We'll start to walk the hands around for this front foot. Rebend the front knee, spin off the back heel. Start to sink your hips here. You can grab blocks. And then as you feel steady, settling in just a bit, bring your hands onto this front thigh. Find this lift through the chest. We'll press down through the right foot to rise. And then rebend, keeping the chest lifted. Press down to rise, back the hips up. And rebend. You can kind of check your pelvis here, making sure it's aligned. The next time we rebend the knee, keep that pressure of the right foot pressing down into the floor. So adding a little bit of strength. Wrapping around the muscles, and then you can reach the arms here, open across your chest, Anjaneyasana. And we'll backstroke the arms all the way back behind you. Toe heel the foot over to the right here. And coming into lizard, you're welcome to stay on the palms. You can slide blocks underneath. You can lower down, coming out of the forearms, or maybe trying to block underneath your forearms. And then settling in, relax your jaw. Soften your face a bit. Let's take another breath here. And then from here, taking this right arm, wrap it around the outside of the right knee. Use that to help you turn the chest. You're welcome to stay right here or bend this back knee. And then maybe, just maybe, reaching back with that right hand and grabbing hold of the left foot. Slide the hand to the outside of the foot. Roll your chest and shoulder open, take a breath. And we'll unwind. Taking the hands to the floor to the inside of that right foot, using blocks as needed. Go ahead and just lengthen all the way through that leg. And then rebound, the heart will draw forward. And lengthen all the way through that leg. Let's go through that one more time. And then from here, we'll rebound this front knee, and this time circling clockwise. All the way back and around like we did in the warm-up. Maybe you're able to go a little more deeply into the set. And let's do one more circle all the way out and around. Then next time you rebound this knee. From here, tuck the back toes under. Find a little lift through your belly. Staying here, or take this hand and take it to the outside of this right foot. Staying here, or start to toe heel the foot over. Bend into the elbows here. Come to chaturanga arms coming onto your tippy toes. Chest aims forward. Maybe that back foot lifts off. And then if you came up, go ahead and make your way back down. This time tucking the toes. Find that lift of the belly. We're all the way into the right foot. And take the left foot to the outside of the left hand. Start to sink your hips here. We'll join the palms. Coming into yogi squat. See if you can let the tailbone get heavy. As the tailbone sinks down, reach up through the crown of the head, and then press into both feet strongly to rise all the way up as you inhale. Exhale and sink. Tap the elbows to the knees. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sink. Two more. Nice. From here, we'll rise all the way up. Toe heel the feet together. Bend the knees, sink the hips. Come back to chair. Join the palms. Aim your chest forward. Twist to your left. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, twist right. Inhale, back to chair. Exhale, twist, stay low. Inhale, reach. Exhale, twist, one more. Coming into this twist, you can either hook the elbow between the knees or come all the way to the outside of that left knee. And then start to shift your gaze down toward that left big toe. Spread through the toes, pull up and in the belly, lift your right heel. And then as that right foot comes back through the right sitting bone, chest is aiming forward, extend for that leg. Nice soft landing here. Press the left palm into the right. Turn the chest. Stay here, arms extend. Nice. Take the back heel down, open it up. Warrior two. And then just start to settle into your hips here. Find that extension out through the arms. We'll take a reverse. And then coming back to warrior two, taking that right hand to the hip, start to shift your weight forward into the left foot. Reaching down, maybe grabbing a block here or cupping your hand. Start to turn the chest up. Find that external rotation through that left hip this time. Really flex the foot of the top leg, and then you can take that right arm up. Stay here, bend the knee. Roll your chest and shoulder open, breathe. Re-extend the leg, bend into that standing leg. Soft landing here, back to warrior two. And we'll come back to reverse. Lengthen all the way through that leg. Cut the left hip under here. Take the hands to the shin. Reach the right arm high. Coming into Trikonasana. From here, like someone's got you by the wrist, press down to rise up. Bring those left toes so they're parallel to the right. Turn to face the sidewall here. Lifting the chest. Hinge from your hips. Hold all the way forward. Welcome to grab a hold of blocks here and bringing the hands to the floor. reaching the crown of the head toward the mat. Deep breaths in and out. Take another breath in. Exhale. One more deep inhale. We'll lengthen the belly here. Walk the hands so that they're underneath the shoulders, and then start to walk it forward and bring your back heel up off the mat. Bring your toes to point forward. Settle in here. You can grab blocks and maybe take some padding underneath of that back knee. And then once you've settled in a bit, bringing the hands onto this front thigh. Find this lift of the chest. Think of pressing down with that left foot to rise up. Rebend the knee. Press down into the foot to rise up. And rebend. One more like that. The next time that you sink, keep that pressure of that left foot pressing down so that you're not just sinking into the joint here, so you're activating the muscles around the thigh, the hip. Sweep the arms here onto Mayasana, a little bit of a back bend, a heart will lift. We'll open up through the arms, toe the foot to the left this time. And then settling in for lizard. Remember, you can stay on the palms. You can take a block underneath. You can come down to forearms. You can take a block underneath of your forearms here. And then just settling in. Soften your face. Take another breath. And then this time we'll take the left arm, wrap it around the outside of this left knee. Stay right here, or maybe just bending this back knee, reaching back with your hand, grabbing a hold of the foot. So rolling your chest and shoulder open. Breathe. One more breath. We'll release. Take the hands down to either the floor or keeping your blocks. And then lengthen over that leg. So as you rebound, the heart goes forward. Exhale to lengthen. Inhale to rebound. And exhale to lengthen. Moving through that a couple more times. Moving with your breath. And then the next time that you rebound the knee, this time we'll circle counterclockwise like we did in the warm-up, maybe coming a little more deeply into that stretch. Take your time. And then the next time you rebound this knee, tuck your back toes under. So staying with this, or thread this left hand to the outside of the left foot. From here, toe heel the foot over to the left. Bend into your elbows. So you're coming into chaturanga arms here, coming onto the tippy toes, and then maybe the right toes leave your mat. And then we'll come down if you came up. Tuck the back toes under again. Bring all the weight into that left foot. Take your right foot to the outside of the right hand. Start to sink your hips. And then take your feet a little wider if your heels don't touch. You can even roll a blanket or an extra mat if you have one. Roll it underneath the heels. Tailbone gets heavy. Crown of the head reaches to the ceiling. Press down through both feet. Activate the legs. Inhale to rise. Exhale to sink. Moving on your breath. And then the next time you rise up, come all the way up to stand, toe heel to feet, and then the knees sink the hips. Utkatasana. Nice, we'll rise all the way up. Take a moment, find Tadasana here. And then start by spreading through the toes of that right foot. Pour all the weight into the right leg. Bring your hands to your hips here. Micro bend the right knee. Lift this left leg all the way up and around. Start to sink a little more deeply into that right knee. And then the foot can hang here. The toes can touch to a block or tuck it back behind the calf. And then from here, that left leg's on top. So keep the left arm up underneath. Wrap the arms here, elbows in line with the shoulders. Start to round. Take your time. Unwind. Reach the chest forward as the leg comes straight back. Warrior 3 variation. Activate that back leg, and then nice soft landing, bending into your right leg. Lift the elbows, little back bend. We'll just open it up to 2. Nice, lengthen all the way through that leg. This time bring your feet so they're parallel. We'll toe the feet in a bit and then bring your heels in, toes out, and sink into a goddess stance. And then taking that left arm underneath, Punja Garudasana arms, sink a little deeper. Keep the knees opening for that wall behind you. And we'll sweep the arms, interlace the fingers, invert your palms. Reach them up as you sink down. Breathe. Take another breath here, releasing your hands, this time taking them back behind you. Roll your chest and shoulders open, take a breath. Sink a little more deeply and then press down to rise up. Go ahead and bring the right toes stick point forward. Maybe shortening your stance just a bit, reach the arms, internally rotate the shoulders. Stacking palms opposite elbows, or take a reverse prayer here. Roll your shoulders open, lift the chest a little to join the palms. Lengthen the belly, nice and slow, fold forward. And then find that sense of pressing the floor away in both directions. And simultaneously hug the inner thighs in toward the midline here. Find a little more length, folding over if you like. Breathing into this Parsvottanasana. One more breath here. And then slowly press down through both feet like you're pressing the mat in both directions. Lengthen your belly. Step your left foot to meet your right. Slide your hands past your tailbone here. Reach the arms back down. Come back to Tadasana for a moment. And then start by lifting the toes of that left foot. Spread the toes out. Start to pour all the weight into that left leg. You can take the hands to the hips. Little micro bend here. So a little bit of a softening through that knee. Take this right leg this time all the way up and around. Take your time. So you can stay here, foot can hang, toes can touch to the floor of the block, or tuck the foot back behind the calf. Right leg is on top, so that right arm is underneath. Elbows in line with the shoulders to start. Take a breath in. Round your spine, fold over. Elbows to knees, and then unwind the top arm, chest comes forward, leg comes back. Breathe. Nice soft landing. High lunge. Little back bend here. Open out. 2. Lengthen the leg. We'll toe the feet in. Bring your heels in, toes out. Sink back down into goddess stance. Right arm underneath. Garudasana arms. Breathe. Sink a little more deeply. Unwind the arms. Take the opposite interlace if you can remember. Invert your palms, sink forward. Keep the knees opening toward that wall behind you. Check to make sure you're not rolling in on the inside of the foot. And then release the hands. This time, slide them down past your tailbone. Roll your chest and shoulders open. Come a little more deeply into this. And then press down to rise up. Go ahead and angle your back toes. Bring your left foot forward. Internally rotate the shoulders here. Stacking palms opposite elbows, or maybe reverse prayer. Long spine. Lift your heart. And then hinging from your hips, come through that long spine as far as you can. And then folding over the front leg. Press into both feet. Simultaneously press the floor away and draw the inner thighs in. Like you've got a block between the thighs. Breathe. On this next breath, look forward to your front big toe, rise, slowly grounding down through both legs. A little bit of a back bend here, hard to lift. Step your right foot to meet your left. Slide the hands down past the tailbone. Tadasana. Inhale, taking the arms up overhead. Exhale, hinge from your hips, fold. We'll take a long spine here. Step into a plank, or you can jump back. Go through your vinyasa. And we'll meet back up. Downward dog. Take a little breathe and pressing into the hands, like you're pressing the floor away. This time inhaling the right leg, then the knee and around. Reach it back, we'll bring it across the body, tap. And then bring it to the outside of that right foot, lowering down. Take the left foot to the outside of the left hand. Sink your hips. And back into Malasana here. And then you're welcome to maybe grab a block. Bring it underneath the hips. Or from here, spreading through the fingers. And go ahead and then nestle yourself down, dropping the shoulders to the insides of the knees. Maybe today is just about bringing weight into the hands. Maybe play with shifting forward, maybe lifting one leg. maybe the other. Finding that rounding the spine and that sense of hugging in. Drawing the elbows and using those inner thighs. And then you can start to shift forward from here. Keep shifting forward. And then maybe shifting forward so much the legs can shoot back. Give it a try. And we'll meet up in down dog. Take a breather here. This time, left leg. Bend the knee and around. Reach it back. Bring it toward that opposite elbow. And this time, reaching toward the left elbow, step the foot to the outside of the left hand. Right foot to the outside of the right hand. Sink your hips. We're coming back into Malasana. Tailbone is heavy, crown of the head reaches to the ceiling. Option to take a block underneath your seat. Or from here, if you've got two blocks, toe heel the feet in just a bit. You're going to drop the shoulders to the insides of the knees. Take the hands to the blocks on either sides of your feet. And then press into the blocks here. When you're ready, lift the toes away. Maybe straightening the legs. Tijabasana. Keep your weight shifting forward. Good news is you have a little padding if you keep the weight shifting back. And then we'll unwind. From here, come back to chair and fold. Go through a vinyasa. And we'll meet up in downward dog. Taking that right leg back. Bend the knee, fan your hip. And then shifting forward, bringing that shin more or less parallel to the top of the mat. Lift through the belly here, lower down. You're welcome to take a block or a blanket if you want to take it and fold it. And then you can bring it sort of on a diagonal here. You can also bring it for some support underneath that front of the left thigh. And then come to fingertips, lift your chest. We'll roll through a couple of times. Moving on your breath. And on this last one, fold forward. Releasing down into pigeon. You always have the option to take a reclining pigeon here. And then you can allow the weight of the head to release and also take some support up underneath the head. And then settling in, we're here for a few more rounds of breath. Take your time. Nice and easy. Start to walk your hands in. And you can slide any props away from that right hip. And then roll onto this right hip and keep rolling until those left toes point up toward the ceiling. Readjusting this right foot to the inner groin, sit up tall. Flex this foot, find that sense of Tadasana, and then taking a twist out to your right. From here, reaching that right arm alongside your side bend to your left. And then you can take this hand and slide it down the calf toward the heel. Keep the chest opening. Breathe into that whole right side. One more breath in. On your next inhale, rise. Take the hand to the outside of the hip and just peel the hips away. Reach this left arm alongside you. Breathe into that whole left side. We'll take the hands down. Tuck your back toes under. Free up that right leg. You can bend the knee. You can fan the hip. Sticking with this, or keep fanning the hip. Maybe flipping your dog. Maybe onto the ball of the foot. Lift the hip points toward the ceiling. Reach. And then you can unflip if you flipped. We'll take the left leg back, bend the knee and fan the hip, and then shifting forward, bringing that shin more or less parallel to the top of the mat. You might need to walk it in a bit toward the groins. And then you're welcome to pad this hip. In fact, you can fold your blanket so that you can bring it on a little bit of a diagonal to also pad the front of that right thigh. And then coming onto fingertips here, lift your chest, rolling through a couple of times. And this last one, folding all the way forward, releasing into this. Relax your jaw. We'll soften the face here. And then letting go, you can take a block underneath the forehead if the forehead doesn't rest on the mat. I'm just kind of giving into gravity. You always have the option to take a reclining version of this pose on your back. Take another couple of breaths here. And then nice and easy, start to walk this in. I'm gonna slide knee padding away from that left hip. Keep rolling until those right toes point up toward the ceiling. Readjust this left foot to the inner groin, sit up tall. This time taking a twist to your left. And then take a side bend over to the right. And you can either keep that right hand there or kind of slide it down the calf toward the heel. Start to breathe into that whole left side. Find that full extension through the left arm. One more breath in. Inhale, rise. Take the hand to the outside of the hip and just peel your hips away here. Breathe. And we'll take the hand back down. Tuck your back toes. Free up that left leg. Bend the knee, fan the hip. Stay here or flip your dog. And then if you flip, go ahead and make your way back. This time bending the knees, looking for the hands, stepping or hopping, we'll come to have a seat. And from here, coming all the way down onto your back. So keeping a block handy. Once you're here, walk your feet in toward your sitting bones. Release your arms at your sides. When you're ready, rising up into bridge. Keep that sense of drawing in toward the midline here. Knees lengthening toward that other wall. Roll it down bone by bone. Second set of bridge, or making your way into full wheel here. And then chin to your chest, lowering down. Take a breather. And this time we'll come into a supported version of this pose. So you're welcome to take a block, or you can use a couple of books here. Bring it underneath of the sacrum, this flat bone at the base of the spine. Stay here for a couple of breaths. And then when you're ready, lengthening one leg and then the other up toward the ceiling. And we'll just take this into a supported shoulder stand. So if you don't have blocks at home, if you want to recreate the same feeling, you can come up against the wall here, swing the legs up. You get some of the same effects that you would have in this pose. So return of blood flow to the heart. Just release your arms. And then breathing into this. So stay with us. A good 5 to 6 breaths. Take another breath here. Exhale it out. And then on your next breath in, take an entire out breath. Lower the feet to the floor together for one final challenge. Once the toes touch down, lift your hips up. Slide your block out. And just walk the feet out to the edges of the mat. You can take the arms up overhead, like cactus arms here. Let the knees drop in toward the center so feet are wide. And just take a moment and start to neutralize the spine. Taking the knees to the left to the right. Next time you drop them over to the left, over that right shoulder. Directing your breath into the whole right side. Coming back to the center, dropping your knees to the right this time. Breathing into that whole left side. And then we'll come back to the middle. Lengthening your legs long onto your mat. Sitting up for Shavasana. If you'd like, you can take your blanket and roll it long ways here. And just prop it up underneath the knees to give the knees a little support. And then lying back in your arms at your sides, palms come to face up. And coming into Shavasana, our final resting pose. Starting to deepen the breath. And some movement back to the body. Wiggling the fingers, toes. When you're ready, bring the arms up overhead and just taking this final stretch in your fingers all the way down to your toes. And then here, bending the knees in one at a time. Just making your way onto your right side. Nice and easy. Use that right arm up overhead like a pillow. Just take a moment and soak in all the effects of your practice this morning. Keeping your eyes closed. Make your way up to a seat, just allowing for the head to be the last to come up. And we'll come back to where we started. Sitting up tall. And joining the palms together over the heart. Turning to your intention. And closing class with the sound of one home. Maybe my hands to forehead center and folding forward. Namaste. Thanks so much, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day, everybody. And
Thank you.
hopefully we will see you again soon, and we'll see you back in the studio again soon. Thanks so much. Yay.
Hey, Meredith, are the
Yes.
packages available now? The buy two, get one free?
Oh, I have to set that up. So
Okay.
starting tomorrow, I'm gonna have like a promo code, and I'll put it on Facebook and Instagram, and then we'll do it again on June 1st in the newsletter. So we'll send out a
Oh,
newsletter.
gotcha. Okay.
We'll put the promo code there too. But yeah, I'm gonna do it like through the weekend. Hopefully I'll
Cool.
get it set up by tonight. If I don't, by tomorrow. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. Have a
Do you
great one.
purchase online or do you
Take care.
call?
It'll be online. Like it'll be like a promo code you can enter to
You,
purchase
you
it.
can pay online. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
How do I get out?